there was a request for a transmission for enough abundance to be able to buy food. Basic needs met is one that I personally still work on as well. So I thought I'd go very specific with each clearing part of it, and that we will mostly focus on food, shelter, employment, clothing, and basic services like water and electricity. Archangel METATRON said he'll help us with this one. Whenever I use a specific detail based on a lack template, just put your own specific experience there and repeat the phrases with me. Thank you. I surrender and release and bring compassion to all the stories about lack that I grew up with, like with the Angola Boer War, my great-great-grandmother and others like her were only able to quickly bury a few dinnerware before the soldiers came, broke everything, and burned everything to the ground. And then she and others like her were taken to the concentration camps, where no children under the age of 5 survived, and where those who had survived had to start to rebuild their lives with very little. I surrender and release and bring compassion to the template that whatever I have will be taken from me with force. Archangel METATRON pours golden light into it. Nanu urtu urtun, nananirti ista anirti artan, nirti urtun, nonun nurtisti arta. Rananirti urtu urtun, hiihti urtun, hiihti urtun, hiurtu urtun nirti urtu ustian, rananirtisti arta. Runurstian, runustian nirti arta nirta ansiarta, nihti arta nirta andiurti urtu nirta an, rana andiurti. Hiurto urtunurta ansiarta, niarta, niarta, niarta. I am infinite abundance. Thank you. I surrender and release and bring compassion to the story of my grandmother's parents being so poor that she was sent to live with her grandmother, and that she had no shoes. So in the winter she would stick her feet in the cow dung on her way to school to keep her feet warm. I surrender and release and bring compassion to my own similar examples, like setting the table and then be told by my father that there is no food for us, no food in the house. Receiving most of my clothes from the church while growing up. Hearing my parents talk about divorce because my illness cost so much. I surrender I release and I bring compassion to the template that our parental figures can't or couldn't support us, and that we are overburdened for them. Archangel Metatron is pouring golden light into this. Nirti anjorti orto ortunurta anjorti nanandurti stiarta nanandurti artanurta an niortistium niortistium Sundra artista andiorti orton rana andiorti orto ortunurta an riartan siarta rana nurti artan riarta andyhto ondo orto orton riarta an siorto orton nihta andiorti orto ortunurta an nirti artverta an ronon diorti orton sian diorti stiarta nananurta andiorti hiorto ortunurta anda arto orton riartanurta an siorto orton riarta I am infinite abundance. Thank you. I surrender and release and bring compassion to my grandparents and mom, having had no choice in their choice of career, that being able to follow or do the careers they actually wanted for themselves. I surrender and release and bring compassion for all the different jobs I did and disliked and felt trapped or forced into. I surrender and release and bring compassion to the template of job scarcity, unlimited career pool. Archangel Metatron pours golden light into it. No onurti urton, nana nurti asta, nana nurti artan, nundurti stion, raachti urto ortonarta anna anurti artan, osianarti urton, riarta artiista, hondro orti nurto ortonarta anurti ortoos, rana anurti, hiorto onurti ortonarta an, riarta narta an siarta, riorto orton nirtistiarta, nana nurti arta narta an, nirti andiorti ortonarta an, rana andiorti uhta ondo orto orton, riandirtistiarta narta an, ronoto orton, riihta andiorti, hondirtistiarta, rono onsiarta, riarta. I am infinite abundance. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I surrender and release and bring compassion where my dad and I had both lived financial security to follow our soul's calling. I release and surrender and bring compassion to the either-or template. You can either have financial security or follow your soul's calling. Archangel METATRON pours golden light into it. Rono onneerteerta Riorto neerteerta Lichtierta Lichtierta njorti Rono ondo orto orton Sian nirtistierta Raagta andirti Rono onorto ortonerta an Riarta an siarta Nochtian dirti Ro orti ichta andiurti orton Rana andi ichta andurti ortan Rono ondiurti Riarta derta an siurta orton Richta andiurti Rono ndirti stiarta Nanandiurti stiarta Roortiarta Roti ichta andiurti orton Rana andiurti ichta ansiurta orton Riarta andiurti orton Rana andiurti Rana andiurti Siurta I am infinite abundance. Thank you. I surrender and release and bring compassion for all the times that my dad didn't receive his salary. And I surrender and release and bring compassion for all the times that I wasn't paid for services rendered. I surrender and release and bring compassion to the template of our skills, our gifts, our time don't deserve monetary compensation, and the template that our skills, our gifts, our time aren't worth a lot. Archangel METATRON is pouring golden light into it. Thank you.
Huja hari huja stjarta. Ihu ondichti uchti ansia. Ichja nog jasia. Aga nog ortuge och ontuge gosiaga. Ragi ondurti. Giandestia. Und ochti ochti. Die stjachti ochti ochti och. Die ochti 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 ondurti orti dortan. Richte. Ante onto ortondurti. Hondro orti ichte ondo orto ondurti. Ro orto ortondurti stjarta. Riarta dirti.
Riarta dirti. Riar ruurti astiarta. Riarti urto urtut. Riarta. Riarta dirtistiarta. Riarta dirti. Riorto. 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 I am infinite abundance. Thank you. I release and surrender and bring compassion for all the lives where I had died of starvation or because of poverty. I release and surrender and bring compassion for all the times in this life that I went without food for days, or only had enough for one meal, or where I had to or have to stretch for available food. All the times that basic food items were or are unaffordable, I release and surrender and bring compassion to all the times that I went hungry and without because I trusted the wrong friends, the wrong romantic partners, or family member. I release, I surrender, and I bring compassion to all the times that I went hungry or went without, because I had to choose between buying food or buying something, spending the money on something that would not only be a bettering of self, but that I thought might bring in more money in the future. I release and surrender and bring compassion to all the times that I was hungry and went without because of being manipulated through food by a narcissist. I am also releasing and surrendering and bringing compassion to binge eating when there are treats, clearing the template of when you snooze you lose. I release and surrender and bring compassion to all the times where I went without and was hungry because someone asked for my food or my money and I gave it to them because of feelings of guilt or shame about what my culture has done to theirs, or where I felt my own needs were less important. I surrender and release and bring compassion to all of these hunger templates, food scarcity templates, as well as the martyr template. Archangel METATRON pours golden light into it. Thank you. Nononirti artamirta ansiarta. Nananurti artamirta andirti artamirta an. Rochte on nurti urtunirta an. rananirtirtan, runo onirtihta andirtistierta, nananurtirta andirti, runo onurtirtanirta an, hondirtiurto, nichtiartandirtistierta, nichtianirtiurtun, rana andirtistierta. Hondro ortichta andirti, 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 andirti. Rurti, rurti, rurti stiarta. Nananurtiarta andirti, hondro ortichta ansiurta ortunarta, rana andirti, hiurta ortunarta andirti, ansiurta ortun, rana andirti, hianda anu nuhta onderta andirti, rana nurti ortunarta ansiarta, nananurtiarta andirti stiarta, nananurta anduhta ondo ortunarta andirti, rana anurti siarta, rana anurta andirtista ansertichtiarta nerta andirti, runo onurtiarta. Nanansian dirti, nuchtian, nuchtian. I am infinite abundance. Thank you. I release and surrender and bring compassion to all the times that I have slept cold or wet, where I didn't know or don't know whether I'll have shelter the next week, the next month, or the next year. I surrender and release and bring compassion to losing my home in this life, as well as in other lives, like Mantaka, Lyra, Atlantis, Lemuria. I release and surrender and bring compassion to having to constantly look for cheaper shelter, constantly on the move after shelter. I release and surrender and bring compassion to the template of nomad living and the imprints of homes lost. Archangel METATRON pours golden light into it. Nananurtiartan Nurtiurtun sian nurtistiarta Nonunurtiartan nurtistiarta annuhtiurtun Nananurtiartanarta annurtiurtun urtun Nananurtiurtun siarta Hiandirtista ansarte Nonunurtiurtun dirtista andurtiurtun Nandirtistiarta Nandirtistiartanarta an Hondro ortichta andurti Rono urtun siarta Na anurtian Na anurtian Na anurtian Nonon sian nerte. The golden beings of Atlantis are helping. Nonon sian nerte. Nananurtiartan nerte. Nichtian nertistiarta. Nanichtiartanatan nerte. Runon nertiartan siarta. Nonondirtiartan. Rohti andirti. Rohti andirti arta. Nanonunsian. Nanonunirtistiarta. Nirtistiarta. Sananurti ihta arhundo urtun raacha arti ihta usaro uchtian nirtistiarta. Saro uchtian nirtiarta marta an. Saro unnindisti uchandich uchtan. Saro undirti. Saro undirti. Sara undirti andelarotostia nananurtiarta marta andirti. Runundirtistiarta. Nanandirti. I am infinite abundance. Thank you. I release and surrender and bring compassion to all the times I was locked inside the house, inside my room, inside a kitchen safe, sometimes for long periods of time. I release and surrender and bring compassion to all the times that I was locked outside of a house for hours at a time. I release and surrender and bring compassion to the template of home or shelter isn't sure. Home or shelter isn't safe. Home or shelter is conditional. Archangel METATRON pours golden light into it. Ananyorti anyorti. Nananurti atansian. Orti ansian. Most beautiful, most beautiful colors of silver, golden, green and white all mixed together, shining, shimmering, but like silk or satin. It is the magician's energy. And the swans are here as well. Nananurtiarta marta ansiarta. Nigtiundirtiarta marta ansiorta ortun. Nanandurtistiarta. Nunundirtiarta marta andirti. Hundirtistiarta. Nuhtiarta anurtiarta marta an. Rundirtistiarta. Runo undirti. Runo undirtisti andirtistiarta. Ortundirti. Ortundirtiarta marta ansiarta. Nanundirti. Nanundirtistiarta. Nananurtiarta marta ansiarta. Nihtiarta nirtiarta marta ansiarta. Runo undirtistiarta. Riarta. Riarta. Nono undirti. Nono undirtiarta marta an. Nihti ansiorta orta marta an. Nono undirtistiarta. Nono undirtiarta marta ansiarta. Runo unsian dirti. Riurta undirtistiarta marta ansiarta. Nuhtiarta marta an. Nuhtiarta marta ansiarta. Rono ondurti ortonorta ansierta. Rüchte, Chondro orti, Ondo unsian. La nu ondurti ortondurti stierta. La anno orti a all'anno orta ansierta. La anko ostian, rana anurti orta ansierta. Thank you. I am infinite abundance. I release and surrender and bring compassion to all the times that I have lived without water and electricity. I surrender and release and bring compassion to all the times that I live without water and electricity. I release and surrender and bring compassion to all the people living in my country without the basic services of electricity and water. I release and surrender and bring compassion to all templates that link my country and link Africa to starvation, poverty, being primitive, being exploited, dictatorship, corruption and begging. Archangel METATRON is pouring golden light into it. Ara orlicht an urtiorton, ara achtion urtistian, ara achto undu urto urtum urtiartan artan siarta, ara achti urtiorton, ara an urtiorton urtiartan artan siarta, urton sian urti, ara achti urton siarta. Arachto unde urton nertierta ta anlicht underta raachti urto urton sian. Runo undertierta. Rana anurti ichta ando urto urton dirti ichta anurtierta ta ansierta. This is also to the template of indifference and emotional numbness. Rono ono orto ortonderta annichta anerta anjorti ro orti anjorti arta ansierta nana norti arta anjorti no orto ortonderti arta ansierta nüchte onderti. I am infinite abundance. South Africa is infinite abundance. Africa is infinite abundance. Thank you. I surrender and release and bring compassion to all vows of poverty, all templates of poverty, all imprints of poverty, all implants of poverty, all interference that creates poverty. I surrender and release and bring compassion to it in all directions of time and space. Archangel METATRON is pouring golden light into it. Thank you. Nana Nurtirta Ansiarta, white and gold. Nihta andiortiorton rananiortio. Nana anurtiartan nihtiartan ansiarta artiundirti urunoniortiorton dirtistiarta andu uchta undo orta orton dirtiarta ansiarta rananiorti. Making a golden pathway from our deepest core to our golden being, that part of self and is pure gold. Rananiortiorton and very, very, very tall and big. Nichtiandiortiorton siandiorti stretches upwards and upwards and upwards. Nananurtiortan. We are reconnecting the cord with that part of self. And we are clearing all interference with that cord. And we are asking that Archangel Metatron and Archangel Michael, the violet flame angels, and the diamond violet flame dragons will bring extra protection there, and as well as the dark blue fire dragons, Rana Anu galactic fire dragons, Ra'arti Undirti the boulders, Rana Anuhta Andirti, Hiata Dirtista Anurtirtan, Anurtirtan, Rana Nurtirtan, Siarta Arti Undirti, Arti Undirti, Arti Undirti, Arti Undirti, Artan, Siarta. We are standing under the waterfall that this part of self pours into us. So many light codes. Riich de andoerder te aan. Rierde. And I have to say that the emerald green and the deep purple is in perfect balance now. Thank you. I am. You are. We are. Infinite abundance.